Disasters incoming. There are natural disasters coming to the Great Lakes area, mostly floods. The Great Lakes area will be humbled by multiple natural disasters and crises. The entire region will be destroyed by floods, and they will not remain in their homes. They will be scattered, according to my word, to every place for safety that they can flee to. All Great Lakes states will suffer intense natural disasters, and they will go to emergency centers like you described. Incredible rainfall and floods. And Lake Michigan and Lake Erie will overflow, driving people from their homes into emergency crisis centers for safety. FEMA will control them and tell them what to do, and they will not have a choice.
We plan to execute between 70 and 80,000. We plan to evacuate between 70 and 80,000 people.
If you live in Florida, you need to watch this video. The National Hurricane Center is now forecasting an unsurvivable storm surge of up to 20 feet from Hurricane Helene, which is expected to make impact today. I mean, for perspective, this is what a 15-foot storm surge looks like, and this staggering footage was captured in 2022 at Myers Beach in Florida. According to Florida Disaster, everywhere in red has a mandatory evacuation notice, and everywhere in yellow is a voluntary evacuation. The NHC says that Helene could potentially make landfall as a Category 4 hurricane. Florida Senator Rick Scott flat out told residents that anyone in the path of this storm surge won't survive. Governors of both North and South Carolina have issued states of emergency. More than 30 Georgia counties are under a hurricane warning, and since the Talk to a podcast is in Tennessee, thank God, the servers will not be affected.
You know, there's a big difference between the last days and the end times. The last days, it says there'll be wars, perilous pestilences, difficulty, nation will rise against nations, earthquakes in various places according to Matthew 24, but that's not the end. That's the beginning of sorrows or birth pangs. The tribulation is a whole nother animal. There's going to be an earthquake that is so magnificently huge that it's going to raise every standing structure to the ground of every city worldwide, and every island will disappear into the sea. Mountains will start collapsing. People will be under such duress, it says they will gnaw their tongues wanting to die, and they will begin to cry out to the mountains to fall on them, to hide them from the wrath of the Lamb. The abyss will open up. Locusts and crazy looking creatures are going to come out with Apollyon, the destroyer, out of the bottomless pit and begin to wipe out humanity. And in the middle of all of it, men will look for death and not be able to die.
Yep, we are being warned that these nightmare hurricanes will wipe out all of the US, and we need to get out now as the government is attempting to make them stronger. One woman was terrified after days before Hurricane Milton was expected to hit. Alexa started mourning the eerie number of deaths caused by Milton, not only calling it a Category 5 while it was at Category 1, but started showing images on TV of her house and neighborhood completely destroyed by Milton, with even meteorologists saying this feels very strange as Milton's growth is not only historically explosive, but haunting images show Milton is as big as Florida right now, getting bigger and potentially passing the scale we use, with another hurricane already forming. But it gets stranger as thousands in South Carolina and Florida before the storm hits are experiencing their EV just shutting off so they can't even leave, or their cars saying they cannot find the key.
There are mass reports of people being unable to start their electrical vehicles, and the vehicles saying that they can't find the keys.
Hurricane Milton exploded in strength today with winds topping 180 miles per hour. It is now expected to make landfall late Wednesday or early Thursday. Check out this ominous view of Milton today from the International Space Station. Forecasters say if it stays on its current track, this will be the worst storm to hit the Tampa area in more than a century. Now, Florida's governor declared an emergency for much of the state, warning residents, especially those vulnerable to its potential 15-foot surge of seawater, to evacuate as soon as possible. Look at this, the roads already jammed. Now, all this as many Floridians are still recovering from the impact of Hurricane Helene just 11 days ago. We'll get to the news storm track in a moment, but we begin with CBS's Tom Hansen in Tampa. Good evening, Tom.
Hey there, Nora. Good evening to you. Well, talking about that storm surge that you mentioned, if that were to hit right where I'm standing, I would be well underwater. And take a look at Tampa from above. You can see that the city is surrounded by inlets just like this one. Once the storm hits, all of that water has to go somewhere.
As Milton menaces Florida, millions are under mandatory evacuation orders.
This is the storm of the century.
Now the west coast of Florida is bracing for another life-threatening storm just 11 days after Helene. It's expected to make landfall in Tampa, and nearly half the city is being told to get out.
I can't put my officers' lives in danger to come out for somebody that didn't evacuate in the peak of the storm surge. So take the heat and evacuate now.
With a state of emergency declared in 51 counties, residents are once again assembling their emergency kits and gathering supplies, waiting in long lines for sandbagging and even longer lines for gas. CBS News was at Tampa General Hospital, the only level 1 trauma center in the area, as this wall was installed before Hurricane Helene. That barrier protected the hospital from 4 feet of flooding, but Milton could bring up to 15 feet.
We have layers of protections that we're going through, but it's still a little bit nerve-wracking to prepare for something like this with the current projection.
I'm Cristian Benavides in North Reddington Beach, a barrier island community where debris from Hurricane Helene still lines the street. Here, they're going from cleaning up to bracing for impact.
Oh, yeah. Get in the house. Oh, yeah. Go, get Get that going?
It's going to be filled with all this poopy water. So that's annoying. It's annoying because I don't have insurance. That's why it's annoying. My best friend Shane, his house got wiped out too. I was spending the last, my last live got cut a little short. This is how I water the plants. I flood my home and I bring the water into the home. It's just a lot easier.
Hurricane Milton is not a drill. It's the real damn thing. And I just have been watching this like I always do, but in this particular case, I've been watching it in kind of amazement because, I mean, what it's doing, what we know that it's going to do is it's going to speed up to a 5, and we think it's going to come in as a 3 or a very strong 3 or 4. We think that it's probably going to put, Cat 2 winds in Orlando. This is just not a drill. If it goes, basically, it has gone far enough north that it basically is going to expand before it arrives. It's going to expand big. And that means almost all of the peninsula is going to receive effects from this. This is just not a drill. And if you live in Central Florida, you got to go. Just got to go. You got to go. I mean, you hadn't had a storm of substance, the windstorm, in how many years? And then there's this lore that's going around and says, oh, it's just going to have like 20 miles worth of wind. No, that's not true. Don't think that's true. That's what they thought a day ago. Now it's going to slow down and rapidly expand. This is not a drill. Please, 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 please tell everybody it's time to go. It really is. Nobody wants to put their family through this. Peace, y'all. And Godspeed.
Okay, things are starting to look real creepy in Florida. We're seeing eerie videos of black SUVs driving around neighborhoods with megaphones urging people to leave immediately. We're seeing traffic cam footage of the roads out of Tampa Bay just stacked, while the way in almost empty. We're seeing huge rows of cars lining up to buy sandbags. We've got the Tampa mayor just absolutely not mincing her words.
And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Wow.
And when you have meteorologists being brought to tears, you know it is time to pack up and get out.
It's an incredible, incredible, incredible hurricane. It has dropped 50 millibars in 10 hours. I apologize. This is just horrific.
And now Hurricane Milton has become the 5th most intense Atlantic hurricane on record, with winds of 180 miles per hour. Stay safe, guys, and I'll keep you updated.
They intentionally flooded those towns in North Carolina, and you cannot convince me otherwise. People, listen, this is deeper than you think it is. Not many people know this, but North Carolina and the specific towns that got destroyed is the richest in lithium in the world. They have been trying to buy this land from these people in these towns for years, and the residents have stood on ground and said, you're not touching our land. We've worked our asses off our whole life to build this land for ourselves and our family. So what do you do if the people will not voluntarily give up their land? I'll tell you, and I think you already know. You purposely flood them out and destroy their whole entire livelihood. That way you can condemn the land unlivable and uninhabitable to the point that you can just write it off as a fucking land grab. People, it is us against the government at this point, and the normal person does not realize this. Unfortunately, you should not feel bad for thinking, oh, I need to stand up for my people. You should not feel like a freaking criminal for thinking that way. People, you are not evil. You are not a criminal for wanting to help your fellow Americans out. Fuck the government and the way they're making you feel. Listen, we have all seen the videos. They're not letting anybody in there to help. FEMA and everyone is turning people away and taking the donations and saying, we got it covered. You don't got it covered. You don't. The only thing you got covered is the inside of your fucking pockets, because that's what this country's known for, is fucking greed and getting their nose into a bunch of bullshit they have no business getting their nose in. We live in the most tyrannic fucking country in this fucking world. And it's sad, because that's not what this country is built on. Do not let the government make you feel like you are a criminal for trying to help your people out, because that is the human God thing to do. I'm not inciting a fucking riot or anything, but I'm telling you people, we need to fucking bind together and take fucking control back of our country. This is ridiculous.
What have we here?
Mining operation a reality. The company says North Carolina has approved its mining permit, but the biggest hurdle to get the project over the finish line could still be on the horizon.
Nobody's getting out of Florida. If you haven't seen it, this unmarked helicopter comes over to this donation center and then starts flying low, and this was a no land zone, and they knew that it was a no land zone, and then it started blowing all of the donations and supplies to the victims of the hurricane. It starts blowing them all away. And what I'd like to talk about is the tactics and the modus operandi. You can kind of tell the MO of the tactics that are being used right here are the same tactics that we've seen used recently, where donations were all being destroyed. Who would destroy donations to people? Who would be that cold-hearted to be able to do this kind of stuff? And the next tactic I'd like to show you, and it's something a little bit worrying. These are the highways right now. This is north. They're telling everyone to evacuate for this giant hurricane. That's all the people trying to leave right now. And one of the tactics that these people use, and obviously this is all speculation, one of the tactics that the people that like to destroy the donations like to do is they like to go and wait until people are sitting ducks like this that are all just stuck, and then they like to do something like move different things around. Obviously I can't say certain words on here. Obviously this is all just for entertainment, and I'm just joking about all of this. It is all just a video game that I'm talking about right now. We're all talking about this wild world.
Alexa, what kind of hurricane was Hurricane Milton?
From fandom.com. Hurricane Milton was an extremely powerful Category 5 hurricane that caused widespread damage across its path in October 2024.
That hasn't even happened yet.
I've never seen anything like this. It looks like we got a triple hurricane situation going on here. And here's what I haven't ever seen before. I've never seen a hurricane start here and go this way. They've always gone this way and then kind of curved up and gone this way. I've never seen this before in my life. A hurricane going this way towards Spain and Portugal. So very concerning. As well as what's going on here in Florida. This could turn into a Category 4. Right now it's predicted to be a Category 3. I am going to live stream and talk about that, but maybe by the time you watch this video, that's already done. And then this will be the next worry for Europe, and this will be the next storm here. But obviously you can see another one down here. There's another hurricane at the bottom of Mexico. So Hurricane John, Hurricane Helene, and this will be, it doesn't say just yet, Isaac. That'll be Hurricane Isaac going towards Spain in the next couple days. So that's looking like Monday, Tuesday getting over there. And it could even go a little bit more north. So I'll quickly just show you this. This is what that's looking like. So this could even go to Ireland, could go to UK. This one that we're just talking about, this is the next one. This one's with Florida and here. This is insane. And that's not all. There's more. So anyway.
Emergency. If you're in Florida, you need to evacuate as soon as possible. This is unheard of. Milton went from a tropical storm to a Category 5 hurricane in 24 hours. And guess what? Like usual, it gets deeper. I don't even like covering the freaking weather. A few days ago, I heard someone say that it's going to be the first Category 6 storm. They're saying it's going to drop to a 4. I don't believe them. Every weather report we've had for the last year has always been wrong and highly understated. And if this turns to the left, y'all know what that means. But let me go even further. Every single storm that followed the same track and started where Milton did ended up as a 1 or a tropical storm throughout all of history. And then all of a sudden it goes from tropical storm to Category 5 in 24 hours? Y'all, are you seeing this? This is by far the craziest thing that I have ever seen in my life thus far. I think that the storm surge is going to go well beyond what we have ever seen before. And don't forget about the sitting water all the way from Florida to Tennessee. Get out now.
Our world is falling apart really fucking fast. And if you think what happened 4 years ago was bad, fucking buckle up. And I'm not saying this to try to scare you, but I know you feel within your soul that something's going on. And that's because it is. And maybe you don't believe in it, you can't explain it, but I know life feels off. I know you feel off because the world we live in was not designed for us. It was like systematically placed there to enslave our consciousness. And I fucking wish I was making this up. But there's something happening that is unfolding. And the world we once knew will never come back.
What hurricanes are following Hurricane Milton?
From financialpost.com. In addition to Milton, forecasters are also tracking Hurricanes Kirk and Leslie in the far Atlantic.
So along the Madrid fault line, we're looking at an 8.4 earthquake coming. And I'm getting word that California is looking at 9.2. Bro, y'all remember those conspiracy theories about when they say California, if it ever got a large enough earthquake, it would fall off of the continent and sink like Atlantis did? Bro, it's looking more real.
I'm the cow. Listen, I'm gonna make you sweat, make you wet, make you wet, wet, wet. I'm gonna make you scared, little baby, pissing in your vessel pressure.
Vault unlocked.
Hello, what is up, you dazzling diamonds and the others? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Linda Kyle, and this is the Vault. Anyway, you guys, let's jump straight into this video, right? If you guys haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys do enjoy my videos, please do click on the thank you button. And before you guys leave out of here, please do drop me a comment in the comment section down below. I'm coming out to you guys in this video not too pleased, not too happy. I don't know if you guys have heard about the hurricanes that have been affecting America. I think it was in Tampa Bay, and then also now Tampa Bay was Hurricane Helene, and then the next one to hit is going to be in Florida, and it's a very, very big one. Apparently they are saying that this hurricane is so big that it's going to be one of, if not the biggest in our generation type of situation. It's very, very bad, right? Helene has already left so many people destitute, so many deceased, to the point where I don't understand why this is. The American government is not doing much about the situation. If anything, it is the people that are going in there or trying to and are getting stopped by law enforcement, people with private helicopters. Apparently, they are finding, or they know of bodies that are just laying around. It smells like death after Hurricane Helene. They say that Hurricane Milton is going to pass through where it did with Helene and get to Florida, and it's going to be worse. It is so sad. It is so sad. And to think the American government is sending money to the countries that are at war right now, but are saying that they're going to give their people 750 rand, not $750 each. But you're sending billions to other countries to fight wars. What about your people, my guy? That is so scary to me, right? All I'm asking in this video is that we pray for these people. This is rough. Kids, grannies, people are perishing. It's serious. People are evacuating, or rather trying to evacuate before it hits Florida. But the roads are backed up. The traffic it's hectic because everybody's trying to get out. And the crazy thing is, the highway that I saw where the traffic was backed up, it's right there by the ocean. So it's like, are they gonna even get out in time? Not only that, well, there are some people that are saying they're gonna stay to weather the storm because they don't know where they're gonna go. My thing is, just go. Your life is more valuable than the things that you have. Your worldly possessions, I always speak about this. Leave that stuff behind. It's just like the movie, Leave the World Behind. It's actually playing out. If you didn't watch that movie, you need to go and watch it, right? But some people are saying they don't know where to go. It doesn't matter where you go, just get out of there. And then now there's a problem. People that have electrical cars, the cars have stopped working, just like in the movie Leave the World Behind. The electrical cars won't start. They're giving them alerts about warnings that we can't locate the key, wada. They can't start the cars, they cannot leave. And there's so many people have bought these electrical cars. It's giving, what if this is a trap to keep those people in? Because with Hurricane Helene, they're not letting people in or out. FEMA is not helping. Nobody's helping these people. Nobody's trying to go and clean up the mess, the bodies. People are saying that the stench of death and bodies just laying around is crazy. Mainstream media is not even reporting about it. It's so scary. And this can happen, South Africans. This can happen here as well. If you are coastal, I wish you all the best. Guys, you saw the snow. It's not natural for it to snow in South Africa. It is not natural for there to be a lake in the desert. These are the end times. It's true. And if they are telling you to evacuate, take what you have and just leave. The best bet that you have is to take your paperwork, take your family and leave. Leave everything behind. Leave everything behind. It's not worth it. It's not worth your life. Zama. God is sending you people to say, get out. Get out then. It's a magnitude 5 and it's getting worse. It's increasing. They're saying that this is unheard of. This is the worst of the worst. Babylon is falling, like how it says in Revelations. If you've read Revelations, you would know. The first time I read Revelations, I knew Babylon was America. It just hit me like, no, that's where it is. That's exactly where it is. California, it's coming to you too. Now other people are now pulling up, what's this? Videos of other places where these hurricanes are going to hit. The coast of Africa is coming. Mexico. Everywhere. You guys, I don't know if you have, but recently, before this month started, 29th of September, they said that we were going to have 2 moons. I've been looking out for those 2 moons, didn't see them. But there are many other places where they've said that, oh, there's 2 moons. The other day, on Sunday, I was outside looking for those 2 moons again, because they said that the 2 moons will be visible until the 25th of October. When I looked up, I saw a crescent moon and a star. I've never seen that before. And then I go online You know how TikTok is always watching you. So they know what you're looking at and what you're doing. On my For You page, they're talking about the Star of Jacob. And that's what it looked like. The stuff that they were talking about. I'm like, no, was that the Star of Jacob? Because a few hours after that, when I went to go check, it was gone. The crescent moon and the star were gone. I caught it at the right time. When I saw it is when I saw it, and that's when I saw it. I know I saw it. You know what I mean?
The Star of Jacob is literally visible right now and will be visible for the next few weeks. Isn't this amazing? This star has not been visible since Jesus walked the earth. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, go and look up the verses, Numbers 24:17. It is a prophecy in Numbers talking about the Star of Jacob, and it's a prophecy of the coming of the Lord. And it's visible and will be visible for the next few weeks. The coming of the Lord is at hand. It is at hand, guys. It's Rosh Hashanah. It's the first day of the new Hebrew year. There was a solar eclipse. There was a solar eclipse at the biblical New Year in the month of Nisan in April, and now there was an eclipse at the start of the civil New Year, and we can literally see the Star of Jacob right now. In Matthew, it tells us we can know the coming of the times from the moon and the stars. People with discernment, we feel it in our spirit so heavy right now. There's a burden, a battle cry for the lost, because our time is running out, and we feel it, and we know that the Lord is doing things, and that we may not know the hour of the day, but we will be able to tell by these things. And discernment is all over me that we are literally in the very last of the last, guys. Y'all pray for the lost. Pray for your families, the people that don't know Jesus. Pray that they will have time to get their heart right before he comes for his bride. Y'all have a good one.
So it's like, okay, with the whole situation of the two moons, you guys know that the moon affects the current in the ocean. Is that what is causing the hurricanes? They are saying that there's an object out there that is coming towards Earth, and it has course corrected itself, so it's intelligent. We don't know what it is.
I find it just a little bit suspicious that they could tell us months and years in advance when a comet would come within close proximity to the Earth. They could tell you when there's going to be meteor showers and what time to go outside and watch them. But they just happen to not notice a second moon or a third sun until it popped into our orbit. I think they knew about it already, and they didn't want us to know, because whatever it is got to be good, because the bad is the ones running the place now. That's why we're in this mess. And they know that something's coming, and they didn't want to have to explain themselves when it showed up. So maybe it's aliens, maybe it's God, maybe it's fallen angels. Whatever it is something that the bad guys didn't want us to know about.
A lot is going on right now, and I understand that you guys want to go see, you want all the juice and the filth, but you need to pay attention to these other serious matters that are happening in your environment, your world. God says that you will perish because of a lack of knowledge, and then he says that you must look to the skies for the signs. They look to the skies for the signs. It's actually really freaking happening. It wasn't a coincidence that on Sunday, when I looked up, I saw that crescent moon and that star. The one that they are saying is the Star of Jacob. And then a few hours after that, it was gone. What is it? Oh, coincidence, right place, right time. Right place, right time. No coincidences. Do you understand? Hey, guys, be careful out there. It's not just going to be in America. Obviously, Babylon is going to fall. But I feel like if you are coastal as well in the African countries, wow. I'm sorry. The snow, guys, you know what is going. You guys know that it's about that time. All I'm asking then in this video, I don't want to condemn anyone, the governments, whatever. All I'm asking is that, can we please all just say a prayer for these people? Some of them cannot leave. Some of them are stuck in that traffic. The hurricane is going to hit. It's bad. I don't know if our multiple prayers can course correct it, hopefully, or something just edits the whole situation. I don't know, especially for the ones that are saying I'm going to be on my roof. People have perished with Hurricane Helene on their roofs. It was that high. It's so big. It is so big. Yo, it's scary. Ngicela sibathandazeleni, you guys. If anything, I mean, even the people that do the weather forecast and stuff, the scientific people are saying that if you don't leave, you're going to die. Leave, you're going to die. I hope that they can make it out in time. Konomanja, I was outside, it's so windy. You guys know South Africa is not like this in October. This past weekend. Everything is so yes. It's too much. But God is warned of this time. Some people are saying that it's the weather manipulation, wada. I can't guarantee that it is their governments doing all these things, because now they're saying that the area where they had Hurricane Helene, they did this because the government was trying to buy that land so they could mine lithium. Same thing happened. What was the other country when was it fires? Big fire that spread and stuff. Was it water as well? I was like, where Oprah were involved and whatnot. They were asking for donations, and they all have all this land. Hey, and then they had those blue roofs. But every single place that had a blue roof wasn't affected. You understand that? It's like a lot. Some people think that, conspiracy theory, but like, come on, guys. Let's pray for these people, right? If anything, if they are going to perish, let's pray that they're going to go to the right place. And let's pray that they will repent in time, especially for the ones that could not get out in time. Some don't want to leave their stuff. That's a problem. There's a Bible story where God had sent that guy so many things, a guy on a boat, a guy on a this and this, and he said, oh no, God will save me, God will save me. And then after all the raras, I think it was God or Jesus appeared to this guy, and he's like, I sent you everything, why didn't you go? Because all he was thinking is God will save me, but multiple times God tried to save him. That was the saving, but he never took those options. Do you understand what I mean? Discernment is needed in these end times. This is serious. And I don't know if you guys have felt it, but since the end of September, October, I've been feeling not okay. I'm not okay. I'm just here trying my best. Mara angizizwa right. I feel kind of detached from reality. Like, ish, gufani. I feel very, very separated. And then I look at myself and I'm like, what the hell? Sanpaku eyes. What's going on, really? You know? I have Sanpaku eyes. Wait a minute, guys. Anyway, I'm not trying to freak you guys out, but if you want to know about Sanpaku eyes, go and search it up. But I feel very detached. Like, I feel like I'm far away from everything. It's kind of freaky, but you know what? My life is in God's hands, no matter what. You understand? Keep repenting, you guys. Get to a place of salvation. Draw closer to God. I'm begging you at this point. Stop your witchcraft. Again, this thing. I told you guys that every week God gives me a theme. I feel. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about when I sit on the seat. All I have is my titles of my videos, possible videos, you know, and I just go with the flow once I sit down. So I feel like He always gives me a theme of the week. Listen to what God is saying to you. Do His will. That is the only way. And in Helene, abantu that are in America, Babylon, the same way we were praying for our people that were stuck in that snow, it's serious, because it's not just going to happen to them. It's going to happen here as well. It's going to happen everywhere. Right? Anyway, if you guys haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys do enjoy my videos, please do click on that thank you button. And before you guys leave out of here, please do drop me a comment in the comment section down below. Before you guys go down that rabbit hole, I warn you guys, you'll be sitting there in tears like myself watching these videos. Just, if you are very, very sensitive, maybe don't go there. But please, whatever you do, let us send out these prayers to these people. Right? That's the best that we can do. You guys are so frazzled, dazzled about Chris Brown. Oh, who gives a shit? Honestly, mind my language. Who gives a shit? So many serious things are happening in the world. Those people that bought those expensive Chris Brown tickets, they wouldn't even donate $1 to those other people that are suffering, right? They wouldn't. Selfish. And then when shit hits the fan in your country, you're gonna want help. And I'm not saying do to receive, but I'm just saying just do. Check the websites, guys. They're there where you can do your part, because you never know when it's gonna be in your back door. Right? I'll see you in the next one. Bye.